Rain lashed against the grimy window of the attic, each gust of wind rattling the old house to its foundations. Inside, 4 teenagers were huddled on the floor, the beam of a single phone camera cutting through the oppressive darkness of the cluttered space. Liam, Chloe, Mike, and Jessica sat in a tight circle, their faces illuminated in the pale digital glow. Mike, ever the showman, grinned into his phone's lens. "You guys ready to meet some ghosts?" he whispered, his laugh echoing slightly. Jessica just shivered, pulling her knees closer to her chest. In the center of their circle sat a dusty antique Ouija board. "It's just a game," Chloe insisted, her voice betraying a hint of nervousness as she placed the board squarely between them. With a shared, hesitant breath, they all placed their fingertips lightly on the heart-shaped planchette. The air in the attic was thick and still. "Is anyone there?" Chloe asked, her voice barely audible over the storm raging outside. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, with a sudden, unnerving jolt, the planchette slid across the board to land on yes. A collective gasp went through the group. It began to spell a name, gliding smoothly from letter to letter. Lily. Chloe's eyes widened. "That's my grandmother's name." The spirit answered a few simple questions only her family would know, and a wave of relief washed over them. The tension in the room seemed to dissolve into nervous giggles. It was Mike who broke the spell. "How did you die?" he asked, a thrill-seeking edge to his voice. The atmosphere changed instantly. The planchette's movement became violent and erratic, no longer gliding but scraping frantically across the wood. It spelled HELIED before darting across the board again, this time spelling AZEL. A profound, unnatural cold descended upon the attic, seeping into their bones. One by one, the flickering candles surrounding them were snuffed out, plunging the room into near-total darkness, save for the single, unwavering light of Mike's phone. A low, guttural growl vibrated through the floorboards, seeming to come from every corner of the room at once. Panic set in as they tried to pull their hands away, but their fingers felt glued to the planchette. The wooden board itself began to shake violently beneath their touch. From the deepest shadows in a far corner of the attic, a tall, impossibly thin figure began to unfurl itself, its form a shifting mass of darkness. Where its face should have been, 2 points of burning red light ignited like embers. Before a scream could even form in their throats, a wave of unseen force erupted from the board, throwing all 4 of them backward. Mike's phone flew from his grasp, tumbling through the air. As it spun on the floor, its light swept across the room in a dizzying strobe effect, capturing fractured images of their terrified faces as they scrambled desperately for the attic door. The heavy wooden door slammed shut with a deafening final boom, plunging the room into silence. The storm outside seemed to fade into a distant murmur. After a moment, the spinning phone came to a rest, its light settling on the abandoned Ouija board. The word hello was now viciously scratched into its surface, the letters deep and raw. As the light held steady, a faint, demonic chuckle echoed through the still air and then slowly faded away into nothing.